Hello and welcome to another episode of SALCAB's Tech Startup Series. Here you would see innovators and entrepreneurs pitch their ideas in order to improve areas of health, energy, agriculture and education for a chance to win $5,000. I am your host Amanda Clemens. Today we'll see the last set of innovators who made it to the semifinals. These innovators created two different apps, and they both help in enhancing education and agriculture. Joseph Moy Kamara is the innovator of the app called Agromat. Agromat is an application that enables a chain of communication amongst people in the agricultural sector. He's about to pitch this idea to the panel of judges. Let's see what they think about his idea.
Good morning. Once again, we want to continue with the Agromat idea. Agromat is a platform, an innovative business model that will congregate different stakeholders in the one ecosystem, and it is targeted at bridging the gap between the rural and the urban lifestyle, thereby bringing the urban closer to the rural in a Sierra Leonean context.
So I'm Joseph Moy Kamara. I'm here to present the market gap that we're about to cover. So today, as my colleague stated, the Agromat has to congregate different stakeholders in one ecosystem. The problem we are trying to solve is that we have a business category classification we call SHF, the smallholders farmers. Their major problem is that they lack access to market, they lack access to finance, to buy seeds and implement and tools. So what the Agromat platform will do is that it will bring together key stakeholders like government, operating development partners, market structures, payment platform, and other interactions or other platforms. So we will also provide wallet technology, we'll provide access to credit. All this will allow the farmers, the smallholder farmers, the retailers, and then agents that will provide the financial services to these rural communities to get access to improved seeds, improved tools. This will increase agricultural productivity. So the whole essence of the business idea is lifting women out of poverty by increasing agricultural production, get them involved into the agri-value chain, and then as well bring them closer to financial opportunities. Why should you invest in us? Already we've engaged Cellular Nigeria and the registered owner of the Agrico platform. This is a blockchain-based smart payment and marketplace system that aggregate or bring together all key stakeholders in agriculture, like the FMCG, that is fast-moving consumer goods, the farmers, the retailers, government, and other development partners, to be able to engage in a trusted environment. So we are at an advanced stage of our negotiation. We've signed some few MOUs already with Agrico or Cellular Nigeria. And then we hope that this business model, the Agromat model, will be able to bring close the rural communities in close to the financial system that will scale up agricultural productivity. So the revenue model, transaction fees, bill payment, acquisitions, supply, all sales of agri produce, and Agromat exchange platform, SMS subscription. Those are the projections at this preliminary stage. FMS subscription, it has to do with the setup of the system. So we have categories of SMS subscription. The farmers who subscribe, you consumers who subscribe, or willingly for the farmers who go out to get them, and then other people that will be interested. And then transaction fees, basically, governments want to disburse finance to farmers, rural community farmers, NGOs that are working with rural communities want to disburse, but they do not have their actual channel to do this disbursement. Agromat platform will offer that safe space for them to reach the rural farmers that they want to disburse to. And then the rural farmers can get their produce into our system and safely get access to buyers, and buyers as well will get access to product or produce from the farms that they can buy. bill payments. We can have like the ETSA, the Ventec is doing right now. We can incorporate that into our system as well, and people can buy different or can have access to different services.
So when you were in your introduction, you didn't really explain what services are on your platform, how it really does bridge the gap you're talking about. So for me, I would have an idea because I saw your previous presentation. He didn't. So I'm sure he doesn't have any idea how your platform really works. You didn't explain your solution really well. I think you came in with the assumption that we have heard it before, so you didn't need to go in depth into the presentation anymore, into your solution anymore. But you should have, you really should have, because now we have had some really nice things that you've said, but what are the features of the platform? How is it going to help bring that woman that you mentioned out of poverty? How? You're talking about a web platform here. How will that poor woman in the village be able to use this platform? These are people who don't really know how to use smartphones. How will they be able to operate your platform? That didn't come off your solution.
And this was the best opportunity for you to convince us more that yes, we need to buy into what you have.
And it left a lot of questions.
We know questions will come up, definitely, and then those areas can be easily handled.
No, that's not it. So you can't not give us enough information because you're expecting that we're going to ask questions in those areas and then you give us the answers.
So for me, tell me, I'm still interested. How do you intend to engage those farmers? Because like I always say, we don't have texting culture here in Sierra Leone. We don't do SMS a lot.
Yeah.
Thank God for social media or WhatsApp, but we don't do SMS a lot. And now you targeting 10,000 farmers per year. How do you intend to engage them? How do you intend to bring them on board using those SMSs when it's even cost higher than the normal SMS?
I'll start with a question. I believe, as I said earlier, we are continuing with you on the journey we had earlier started. And in that, we explained basically that this platform, which is web and mobile based, will be, we know the illiteracy rate in Sierra Leone. And I mentioned the last time that we've engaged the National Farmers Federation.
So to be precise, please just stop there. Now, she's concerned about you giving us back, forgetting what we heard the last time.
Yeah.
He was not here, he's a judge, and he's going to score you. He needs to know, and you had that opportunity, but then
you didn't give us the information.
So now,
let me answer the question.
Precise.
Yeah. We set farmers clubs and unions. Among those farmers clubs and unions, we have key figures, agents. These agents relate because we're offering tailored solutions. So women growing specific crops, they have a union. These groups of youth growing specific crops, they have a union and they have agents among them. These agents definitely is like that, can use 1, 2, 3 things. So they pick up the goods and upload it into the platform. They communicate the needs of the farmers, they hand meetings, 1 or 2. As necessary. So we relay with those agents regularly, but intermittently we meet the unions.
So are those agents part of the 10,000 farmers that you're targeting yearly?
Yes, please. There will be farmers. We have agents that will be farmers as well in the union, and we have our own agents that are working for us directly. Okay. So those agents will relay with our own key agents on the ground again that are not farmers.
Yeah.
Can we know where the 10,000 comes from?
We have the full grain areas in Sierra Leone. So we have the key districts, we have Kabbalah, we have Cambia, and we have Bonth and Kailama. These are our focus for a start. So
the 10,000 farmers, sir, where did you get that number from? Because your whole financials is on that number. Your SMS. So where did the 10,000 come from? First question. Second, what percentage of that is the total farmers in Sierra Leone?
Okay, so the data, because the Farmers Federation have data of registered farmers, 800,000.
800,000.
Yes,
okay.
And they are divided by district. So we'll get the list, but we will break it down to our own.
But you're asking me in the past, you're giving me 10,000. Where did you get the 10,000? You started off, I'm going to help you, started off very well by giving me 800,000. That's your raw data.
Yeah.
You must have taken the 10,000 out of the 800,000.
Yeah.
How?
Okay. Because of
The distribution.
Yes, why we are starting with 10,000 is because of the level of capital and this infrastructure that we have for a start.
Let's say you happen to win the $5,000. What specifically will you do with that money?
Presently, as I said earlier, we've engaged Cellulance, Avigo, it's a platform. We've signed a joint partnership again.
Not what you've done. What will you do with the 5,000?
Yes, it's getting the context which best fits Sierra Leone from the Agoma with the infrastructure they already have, because we are not inventing the wheel. We are using their system, the blockchain platform, to incorporate the one that fits the Sierra Leone context. So it will be expertise, deploying this software, testing perhaps for the software to.
So you pay Cellulant to set up something for you that you can use?
Well, a joint partnership will look in all of that. It will look whether.
No, what will you do with 5,000?
It's a setting up of an infrastructure that will aggregate all the service providers and all the target market.
So that will mean paying Cellulant to set it up, what you'll be using?
We will not be paying Cellulant because they want to enter Sierra Leone market. So they're looking for a partner.
So what will you use 5,000 to do?
That's the question.
To say to set up it's neither here nor there.
Yes,
what will you use
will
the money?
The going to the community, registering the farmers, the retailers, registering them into the system, the key retailers that we're working with, and creating agent account into the system that will be uploading, and all the different interface that will host the produce or the other services that we'll be producing.
SALCAB is an open access neutral fiber network, which means it's more like a carrier network. We make the road available for data transportation.
We don't deal with the end users in terms of retail. We are wholesale carrier network. So we only support the ISPs, which are the internet service providers, and the mobile network operators.
SALCAB is an invaluable project. The internet facility, the extreme usage of internet facility, online use of educational materials. So SALCAB is there to create that platform for everything to happen.
As you know, the President has been talking about e-government, e-parliament, e-cabinet. These are things that we are very much concerned about, and we want to ensure that they are implemented.
On the new direction, SALCAB can help a lot because the President is very innovative. He's someone who likes technology. He travels around and studies different nations and seeing how they've developed through technology.
All of us know about the value of data. So SALCAB is extremely, very, very important because we are the center of creating all of these values.
So we are working on that.
Welcome back to SALCAB's Tech Startup Series, and I'm your host, Amanda Clemens. So before the break, we saw the idea of Agromat being presented to the panel of judges. Now we're going to see the last group of contestants who made it to the semifinals. This group created an app called eNet mobile app. This app provides you with free quality educational content in a multimedia format. Let's see what the judges think about this idea.
Good morning, everyone. We're eNet Edutainment Network. My name is Francis Sankoma.
My name is Jared.
And I'm Samba Kamara.
And first of all, we'd like to thank you all for allowing us to get onto the stage of this competition. And this is eNet, e-learning. And what we try to do is to streamline everything into a PowerPoint presentation to make it explicit so that we can understand. On our first pitch, we streamlined our problems into 4, but then out of those 4 problems, there were those that are pressing that we are targeting to solve. And this is it, lack of affordable quality educational resources. Now, these are our statistics. Sierra Leone is ranked 145 out of 152 nations according to the Human Development Index of the UNDP. And according to our 2015 census, 48.6% of our entire population is about literate. And then by 2020, we should be engaging in educational activities about 50% of our population. And so we want to propel that because we are starting with the youth. Since that is the problem for now, this is what we target as a solution. We provide quality educational content on our web portal, which we have set up, www.inetsalon.net. And our app, which we have set up a prototype, is the Inet mobile app. Now, our app contains content that are mainly made in multimedia formats, which includes videos, audios, picture slides, presentations, PDFs, and the international and non-SPON format. We also have our content that are grouped and named into 2 as for our academic curriculum, because we want to target Sierra Leone as a country, so we want to target our curriculum precisely. Using our application, we want to create a space where you can test yourself or your progress to know what you've done within a space of time or within a period. And our private testing also is also done online. You know, we have questions that are algorithm can send to you based on what you've done. And for our value proposition, Mr. Samuel, please take a look.
Value proposition, first, we provide all our contents for free, which contents and resources. Resources mean lectures, means notes, audios, everything on our portal and on our app will be for free. 24/7 access. Obviously, you just need the internet to access it. Easy use, your place and your time. You don't necessarily need to be in school or any place to access our app. You can access it whenever you want. And made for Sierra Leone. We are particularly targeting Sierra Leone, using Sierra Leonean teachers. We even have an idea maybe to convert some of the notes, some of the audio formats into Creole, maybe for some of the students up country. Maybe they're not understanding the English very well. That's why they're performing poorly.
Thank you very much. So your 5 minutes is up for the presentation. I'll hand you over to the judges. But before I do that, you mentioned one of the services you'll be offering is tests. So they'll be taking tests online. Do you have the marking scheme for those tests? Because you know there are certain questions. 2 + 2 = 4. That's easy. But there are certain questions that the answers is not quite direct, and you need to understand what the person is saying before you can grade. So how is the marking scheme? Who does the grading? What's the back end for that part?
Firstly, we are using teachers. Teachers go over these things, and because some of our testing, we have multiple choice, we have even answers. Wherein you type, it's optional, you type your answers, but we are using an automated system wherein we can easily identify the correct or the answers nearest to. And then another teacher reviews it. A teacher reviews it. A subject, someone who is an expert in that subject area, for example, maths, algebra, someone who knows algebra reviews it. And
so now, this is really interesting. So you say you have an automated system that finds the answer that is closest to what the participant had put in. That's really interesting. What's the algorithm that you've used to identify those type of answers?
Keywords.
What?
Keyword.
Exactly. So, but if the word is not in there, then it's wrong. So let's say
keywords are what we use as part of the algorithm
to
find the answer nearest.
Yes.
If the keyword doesn't work, I told you earlier, there's somebody who will be there to go over them. Even when the keywords work, there will also be an expert who will review them.
Are they being paid, these teachers that review the questions afterwards? Because if a lot of students are, testing themselves online, then the teachers that are going to be grading these, are they paid?
Mostly. As we upgrade, we'll have more staff. For now, it's just multiple questions. A, B, and C. That's one we don't need teachers for them.
So that's what's on the platform currently, multiple questions. So when you're thinking about scaling up to have these other questions, what's the plan for the for marking?
More funding, we can scale up on that. Because basically, if we're going to work on that, we're just going to give teachers incentives. For example, with our content, let's say if we want to do a video, we can just have a teacher, based on the schools that we have good rapport with, a good partnership with. We can have teachers do the videos for us and a photo studio do the video edits for us. And then we give them incentives. But when we are to own and control the business with funding, we can have our content based on how we shot it and what we can give them, based on our budget.
Okay. Churches?
I mean, except if for now you just want to test that this system that you're developing works, because where are you getting the content from? That's my first question. Content is hard to come by. The teachers you say you're going to tell to give you content right down, or these are the same teachers that are running the syndicates. So if you're giving something free, you're undermining their revenues. And so if you're not paying them, then how do you know they will give you the content? That's my first question. Yeah. The second question is, pushing this thing out. You say it's also free. So on the one hand, the content, on the other hand, the infrastructure. So since all of this thing is going based on your business model, who's paying for all of this?
Firstly, the content. We have met with teachers from the London School and teachers from Prince of Wales. They have agreed to partner with us. Mr. Kendavis is the principal of Sierra Leone Grammar School, and Mr. Windo of Prince of Wales agreed because it's for free. Our business model, if we were allowed to go down to the revenue stream, which was really nice, you would have seen how we separated that payment and everything. Honestly.
So
but everything is free.
Watch your answer. Let's
go quickly to that one.
Okay, let's see how you get in the revenues. Yeah.
So some of our prices is strategy.
No. Go to the just where is the revenue coming from? That's all. Yeah.
Where is the revenue coming from?
Yes.
Because you have to make money, right?
First would be our newsletters. Newsletters and magazines, because we want to cultivate a reading habit among the students. And some of these things, maybe we do not necessarily need to put everything in the app. We need to get these students involved so they will participate and get everything. So there will be, for example, newsletter, there will be community programs.
But those are expense items. Those are not revenue items.
Cash expenditure.
No, this is how much we are putting for them. At the end of the day, it makes revenue.
How?
You put money to make money. You create a community event. You put, for example, $1 million. You create a community event. You rent a place. You rent a PA system. You invite people. You get sponsors and donors. At the end of the day, you get something out of it. It's not for free. Yes. The newsletter. You put money in the newsletter. You print newsletter. You give people. They sell it out, and you get money back. It's not for free.
Okay, we have 5 minutes. So, what platform are you using?
The Networkers Club, sir.
What platform are you using for your e-learning?
For the technology.
Elias? Why Elias?
Well, first off, most of the others are expensive.
No.
It's free.
Yes, but there is also something even more better than Elias. Elias doesn't suit you.
Why?
That's not for the 5 minutes. But the question they're asking, which is also my worry, good idea, blah blah blah, sustainability. Yes. And now, but then you're talking about revenue streams that seem to be outside your core business. That worries me. You need to think how the platform, the service is going to make money. Now you're going outside by making newsletters and all this stuff. That troubles me a little bit. If I have to give you a mark on sustainability, I'm struggling.
We've just seen the last two innovators for the semifinals who created two different apps. Continue to be a part of this show as you follow up on the conversation and be a part of it on our various media platforms. I have been your host, Amanda Clemens. See you next week as we see the 5 finalists for this show.